McGraw, Milhaven.
I watched the fifth and final installment of Making of America, or OJ, The Making of America, or whatever it's called.
What did you think?
Boy, that fifth episode is riveting.
That's the one I've been telling people that if you didn't watch any other parts of it, watch that one because there was a lot of stuff in there I didn't know about.
I didn't know that the judge sentenced him on for the 13th anniversary of the day he was acquitted.
Right.
And
yeah.
I didn't know that the judge gave him 33 years in prison, which just coincidentally was the same amount of millions that the jury awarded the Goldmans.
Yeah, a lot of coincidences there, if you want to consider them that.
I'll also say this before we move on. I think when it's all said and done, I think when O.J. Simpson dies and they study his brain, he's going to be suffering from CTE.
Which is?
That's that brain thing that football players get after being hit in the head all day long.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Especially when you look at what became of him after the acquittal.
Right. And how many times during that whole series did people say he looked like a madman, and then all of a sudden he was O.J. again? Right?
Right.
I mean, how many? So I'm surprised people. Not that that's an excuse, mind you, but I think it's another part of the story. All right, Gail Pennington. Let's talk a little TV. What are we looking? Oh, by the way, did you watch Match Game last night?
Did I watch Match Game last night? That was opposite the season finale of Game of Thrones.
So that would be a
no.
no.
I couldn't fit it into my schedule.
It was tremendous. It was the best.
I heard it was horrible.
Oh, but it was horrible for all the right reasons. It was like watching Alec Baldwin do a skit on Saturday Night Live as a game show host.
I did watch a few minutes of Celebrity Family Feud.
I missed the Celebrity Family Feud, but I did watch $100,000 Pyramid, which was great too. I don't know. So last night was the season finale of Game of Thrones. It
was, and it was awesome. And we're not going to say anything about it because people maybe haven't caught it yet because it was a busy night of TV. But
right.
I'll just say a lot of great things happened, and yay for the women.
How many seasons is this now for Game of Thrones?
6.
All right. I will make it a summer promise to you, Gail Pennington, that I will try and watch Game of Thrones.
And you have to watch several episodes before you make a determination because it's one of those shows that you're not going to understand what anyone's saying.
Right. How many episodes do I have to watch?
You have to watch 3.
I have to watch 3 full episodes?
Yes, 3 full episodes.
All right, and I'll start at the beginning of the Yellow Brick Road.
That would be the place to start.
All right. Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Very good place to start.
All right. What's going on this week we should pay attention to?
Have you noticed that there are 2 trends this summer? One is shows that are trying to be scary.
Yes.
And they mainly are not very scary.
Okay.
But another one is sort of retro flashback shows. Well, we've got one tomorrow night on the former ABC Family Channel now called Freeform. And that's set in a summer camp in the Midwest in the 1980s.
Sweet.
Yeah, I assume campers get picked off one by one.
Yeah, I'm no expert, but is there a man with a hockey mask going around killing people?
Not mentioned in the summary, but it is from 2 producers of Lost, who also do Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
And one of the stars, the adult star, is Elizabeth Mitchell, who was also in Lost, called Dead of Summer. I haven't seen it yet. It wasn't given to me for preview. But there are things about it that don't sound awful.
What was she in Lost? Who was she in Lost?
You know, she was Juliet.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Huh, all right. Dead of Summer on what channel?
Freeform. Find that if you can.
Freeform. Holy
former
mackerel.
ABC Family Channel.
All right. Anything else going on?
Well, Zoo is back. People like that. We're
you clearly didn't.
For eating people. I always root for the animals, so it's shows like that are difficult for me.
All right. What's the Great British Baking Show? And
my favorite show in the entire world.
Now, is this going away because of the Brexit vote?
No, I don't think English TV is affected because of the Brexit vote. They may not get to show it in Europe anymore, but we can still see it here.
The Great British Baking Show, what do they make? Really bad, bland food and try and serve it to people?
These are fabulous bakers. It's a competition where people come on and they bake things. And if you haven't seen the previous seasons of it, I just watch that instead of Game of Thrones. It's
All right.
even better.
What channel is the Great British Baking Show on?
Well, it's on PBS, and it's supposed to premiere Friday night, but you know how Channel 9 is. It's not premiering until Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, well, I got all sorts of issues with Channel 9.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started with Channel 9. Speaking of Channel 9, did you watch Feast over the weekend with Kat Neville doing this?
No, I didn't.
She did the show. She did chocolate in Missouri. It was riveting television. It was really good.
How could you go wrong with that subject?
Well, I know, but I mean, it was just really interesting to learn about all the different chocolates and how they make it, and Bissinger's, and then there's some guy in Springfield, Missouri, that's like world famous chocolatier or whatever he is.
Oh no! Do you want to have a road trip?
I'll just have them send it here to St. Louis.
Oh, that's a much better idea.
Gail, when can we read you? When can we see you?
I'll be in the Friday Go section and Sunday A&E, and I'll have a live chat on Thursday.
Gail, thanks for checking in.
Bye.
8:24 here, Big 550 KTR.